Hey yo, Team RC, what it do? It's your boy RC here. Get ready to get into this video by the richest. Now, we all know magicians are definitely talented, learn their tricks of the trade from people that they know or from school, but sometimes there's those tricks that could cause a magician to lose their life. So don't try these at home. We're gonna get ready to get into the 10 biggest mistakes that took a magician's life by the richest. Y'all stay safe. Let's go ahead and get ready to hop into this video. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, share. Suggest anything to me that y'all think I would like. Let's go ahead and hop into this right now. I can't wait to see what's on this list.
You've likely seen at least a few acts from a magician at some point in your life. Often it involves some sort of card trick or disappearing object, or even an escape from an impossible situation. For the most part, these tricks aren't very dangerous, and if they are, the television networks step in because they don't want a slew of lawsuits arriving at their door if anything bad
That's why a 7-second delay was invented.
Quite a few magicians have met their ends while performing their acts, often in front of a large crowd. From fiery explosions to malfunctioning props to natural causes, push that subscribe button and prepare to see some acts which just didn't come off well for anyone involved.
The bullet catch.
The bullet catch. Many magicians have incorporated.
Now, first of all, if a trick is named the bullet trick or whatever, why would you even incorporate it into your act? That's like, or the bullet catch, whatever. It's asking for death or severe injury. Just saying. Let's get back into the video though.
Into their routine where they catch a bullet fired at them. Not to wreck it for you, but in almost every instance the gun is firing a blank. That said, accidents do happen, as Madame Delinsky found out. During one performance, a squad of soldiers fired their guns at Delinsky. Each of the 6 guns should have been loaded with a blank. However, one soldier clearly slipped up and loaded the whole thing. Needless to say, the magician did not
and died from her wounds. That's messed up.
Amateur mistake. Inspired by professionals, more than a few people around the world try to emulate their heroes.
Exactly.
With dire results. Janaka Basnayaki was fascinated with the ability of modern-day magicians to bury themselves and survive underground. So
but he didn't survive.
With family and friends helping, the Sri Lankan man buried himself in a box in his biggest magical stunt to date.
Proved to be his last.
Also proved to be his last. You see, after several hours buried, Basnayaki was unconscious when he was eventually dug up. He later died in the hospital. Not part of the act. Jeff Rayburn Hooper was an amateur magician who had a gig at the Winona Lake Bible Conference in 1984. Before his big show, Hooper decided to practice one of his tricks. So he handcuffed himself and jumped into the nearby lake. Swimming out 100 yards from the shore, he successfully freed himself from his cuffs. Unfortunately, the wind was really strong that day. In the rough water, an already tired Hooper was unable to swim back to the shore and ended up drowning.
Bro, that's so messed up.
The coffin escape. Joseph Burris loved magic and compared himself with the legendary Harry Houdini. Not afraid to push the limits, Burris decided to perform a stunt he had already tried once, being buried alive in a coffin. In this instance, the coffin was a plastic and glass box. Buried several feet deep, Burris was chained and had to escape the box as his air ran out. In addition to dirt, he opted to be covered in concrete.
Crazy.
This change had fatal consequences, as the weight proved too much for the box, which collapsed, killing Burris in front of horrified spectators. The milk can. Harry Houdini is obviously many magicians. The result is that they often try to
just like the guy in the previous,
Royden Joseph Gilbert, Raison de la Ginesta, was one such performer. Ginesta's famed routine involved escaping from a locked milk can. A Houdini classic, Ginesta had accomplished the trick
so he drowned in a thing of milk. Bro.
In 1930, however, things went wrong. The can had actually been dropped beforehand, and the damage had compromised the hidden escape that normally allowed Ginesta to slip out. Locked in a can full of water, Ginesta drowned before his helpers realized
that's messed up.
Wrong. The speeding car. South African Charles Rowan was better known as Car the Magician. One act Rowan performed, which thrilled audiences, involved him having to escape from a straitjacket before a speeding car hit him. He had performed the trick numerous times before, but as you can likely guess, his luck ran out in 1930. With only around 15 seconds to act, he was just a little too slow in getting free. As a result, Carr was hit by the speeding vehicle and died as a result of his injuries. Natural causes. Tommy Cooper was a comedian who also incorporated small magic tricks into his act to add to the laugh. One night, while performing on live television, Cooper was just getting his act underway when he suffered a massive heart attack. For around a minute, cameras captured Cooper struggling on the ground while
it was part of the act, and they didn't realize it was
Eventually, the TV went to an unscheduled break, and the audience discovered the horrible
And they just
reality
witnessed him
of
have
what
a
they had
heart
just
attack and they
witnessed.
laughed about it, but they didn't know.
Up in flames.
That's
Born
crazy.
Sigmund Neuberger, he became better known in the world of magic as the Great Lafayette. His
Great
acts
Lafayette,
amazed
really?
everyone as they usually incorporated live lions
Wow.
and even his pet dog Beauty. In 1911, while performing at the Empire Theatre in Edinburgh, Scotland, tragedy struck. Lafayette was taking his bows following a successful performance when a lamp exploded and started fire. The crowd escaped the theater, but several people on stage, including Lafayette, did not escape. Investigations later showed that stage doors had been locked, likely by Lafayette as a way to guard his secrets. In the end, this likely ensured his doom.
I thought it was
With a
almost
bang.
over.
Incorporating fire and small explosions during the act is a staple of many magicians. Naturally, it adds a level of flair for the audience, as well as a bit of danger. Johann Moeller found this out the hard way. Better known as Bala Brega, one of Moeller's illusions involved making several women dressed as moths disappear in a spectacular flash of fire. The effect was achieved by using a certain gas, which wasn't too explosive. In Brazil, during one performance, Bala Brega had to substitute
messed up.
acetylene. While setting up the crowd-pleasing illusion, a bag of acetylene exploded, killing the magician and his assistant in a rather
That is so
spectacular and
messed
gruesome
up.
way.
Yet.
He's not dead yet. Washington Irving Bishop was a 19th century magician who freaked out audiences everywhere by reading their minds. Unfortunately, he suffered from a rare medical condition that caused him to fall into a catatonic state from time to time. To address this, Bishop carried a letter with him to advise anyone who ever found him in such a state that he was very much alive and would just snap out of it. Eventually, he forgot to bring this letter with him during a show in 1889. Collapsing to the floor, people thought he was dead. Authorities performed an autopsy on him mere hours later. We're thinking if cutting his chest open didn't do the trick, the decision to remove his brain definitely did. Yikes. Well, those are some rather unfortunate and terrible
That
ways to
last
go.
one was like, bruh, if he know he's gonna fall into a catatonic state, I know he slipped up that one time, but that one time cost him his life. He should have written something out when he knew he forgot to bring. He should have written something out, like found a piece of pen or paper or whatever, and wrote out that he might go into a catatonic state from time to time. But that's real messed up, bro. And when they found out years later or something, they probably were like, bro, I can't believe that. But that's crazy. But that's what happens when magicians put their lives on the line to entertain us. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Remember to smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, share. Remember, don't try this at home. And if you have any suggestions for me to react to something, leave it in the comment section down below. Until next time, it's your boy RC signing off. Much love. Peace.